Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with Black Ice. And of course we're still playing as Germany, so let's continue this. Racing the clock forward until it finds a reason to stop. I plan, just to let you know, to fight all the campaigns on manual. Means it goes a bit slower than when you see the famous Daniel from Paradox play, well, not quite speed 5, at least speed 3 or 4. And on auto, when he draws a line like here across Poland and attack. Okay. That's him. I don't find that as fun. Converted all of my mountain divisions, or my mountain brigades, these guys, to the very nice Austrian template for mountain warfare, so that's really nice and good. Okay, the fall of Beijing. Well, let's go over to Beijing and take a look. Now, this, I'll tell you, is incorrect, because it was Beiping at the time, not Beijing. It was Beiping. Before that it was Peking, and then I think it went back, I don't know if it went back to Peking before it became the modern Beijing, but those are 3 different names for this city, not different outside Chinese stuff, but it was Peking, Beiping, Beijing, but the capital at the time was Nanjing, not the old imperial capital. Just some of the, I think that's a Paradox thing, some of the stuff they don't seem to understand. There's all like slightly different meaning words, wonderful city, or I don't know. I read once what the difference between Beiping and Beijing and whatnot all meant, but okay. Now, see, I'm not a good math guy, because I know these will help. Obviously these are the basic things to produce, but the more of these you have out there will reduce, or will make production easier. So exactly how many of these to how many of these, I don't know. We need somebody to make a good guide to really sort of know that. But I want to increase Berlin itself. And light aircraft factory level 3. And of course, see here, build cost is down by 6.2%, sorry. So that helps. And ammunition factory level, so look at grants, factory effect, division defense, and attack bonuses. Okay, since this is also sort of a guide to Tanganyika here, continuing, Dr. Lutz Heck, he was in charge of the Berlin Zoo at this time here. I can read Professor, Doctor, he was, guess, both of that actually. So Lutz Heck, Director Zoological des Zoological Gardens. Basically, he's sort of the overall director for, I guess, all of the various zoological gardens in Germany, I gather, if I remember reading right. That was his title. Would like to travel to Southwest Africa. our former colony to gain more animals for the Berlin Zoo. It would be a chance to send a team with him to help with better relations with the Germans who stayed behind in our former colony and other South Africans. This is obviously just a picture of Southwest Africa. Here's a picture of Dr. Lutz Heck. I think that's actually the best I could do is a post-war photo of him down in Africa. That's in his, because he did travel down some in this period, but he also traveled, I think, some down at post-war to get animals for the zoo as well. He was a member of the Nazi Party. There's, obviously questions how strong of a Nazi he was, but he very much believed in the Nazi sort of breeding program ideology, or so it would appear to. Now, what he looked at was animals, not humans, his area of expertise. What they thought, and he particularly thought, and some of the people around him, thought that they could somehow recreate lost animal types, extinct animal types, by breeding, and if not recreate them exactly, sort of recreate them similarly, if you will. And this goes back to the same sort of coming out of the 19th century. They're just sort of getting into the it's a mixture of animal husbandry that's been going on for ever since mankind domesticated animals, through to a more scientific version of it, that they thought that by you could regress traits out of it. The Nazis thought the Aryans were former superhuman types that had become polluted and less super. But if they could just breed a more pure and more pure Aryan, you would regain these magical powers. Well, at least this is definitely within the Himmler line, the magical powers part. But generally speaking, they thought that the more they could get it pure, and Hitler was definitely in on this part of it, the more pure, the more maybe not magical powers, but the better, smarter, faster human you would have, and sort of try to breed out the contaminants. Well, that's what they were trying to do. Heck was trying to do with some animal species. One of them he wanted to get back to was the aurochs. Sorry about that. He wanted to get the aurochs, which was a very large type of cattle in Europe. You find down here on Crete, Heraclion, actually, I believe, the ancient city that was found, or palace, or some people may think it's a temple, I don't know, of the Minoan cultural type things where they did the bull leaping. And if you look at the humans versus the bulls, the humans look sort of small versus the bulls, but this aurochs, which was a huge thing, the shoulders of the animal were like head high for most humans, much bigger than modern day cattle. And so that they were trying to find cattle that had sort of some of these features and breed them, sort of interbreed them and try to breed up these features. I forget what was another major program. Boy, I'm sure some of you know, but another animal that they bred up. Well, so that they were doing this stuff now, and they're still, they sort of vaguely, these cattle that he was getting, maybe a little bigger than standard, had some big horns and a few superficial traits to the aurochs, but aren't aurochs. They're now called Heck cattle, and they're okay. They're no special breed or greatly set up, but they did this, and they did a couple of other breeding programs. And what in this part of Poland, I believe, in some of the forests, they set up some big sort of nature preserves that they were doing this, and there's some of these various animals still alive out there today that they were breeding up that try to be super animals of the past. So this is what Heck was doing, and he was very involved in this, thought they could do this, but he was, you know, also your sort of standard naturalist wanting to go down to places and get zoological animals for his zoo. So we can send him, cost 10 political power, or not send him, get different effects within relation. So we're going to send him, excuse me, hiccuping a bit, down to Southwest Africa. And it's really fascinating. I have some more plan to do with Heck, and Goring was involved in it because Goring was the one of his titles and positions was sort of hunt master for Germany, and he controlled the hunting societies and was very much involved in all of that. And he was working with Heck on some of these projects in Germany. It's fascinating what the Nazis were trying to do, and of course, don't take that as, I think, a good thing. It fascinates me to try to understand what these people were doing. Okay, well, let's see now. We're expanding some of that. We're one day going to be cut off from oil sources, so let's build. Okay, heavy aircraft factories reach level 4, so building cost on our heavy aircraft types are 6.8% cheaper. Building costs, so we can do this. War of the Worlds. This, of course, is the H.G. Wells broadcast that scared a lot of Americans. They did have a brief announcement at the beginning of his, radio drama, but it was made to sort of be very realistic. Alien invasions from not other stars, but other planets within our solar system. Or something, and said that it was just a drama, but a lot of people tuned in after the announcement, and so they didn't realize that it was just a drama. Okay, so the Munich conference. Okay, great. We get the Sudetenland now. We're in November 38. That is 22 days for the first Vienna Award. Reassert Eastern claims, which will be nice, but we can wait that. I think we're going to do the first Vienna Award. Well, that's nice, but it's 70 days. Just checking other things out here. That's 14 days. We're going to take that. That's pretty quick for medium level west wall. Okay, now what? We need more support equipment. Support equipment, and it's here. We know it's here. There it is. Okay, we're getting more slots. Now we're building Panzer IIIs. Okay, that's good. Now, let us dismiss that. Just wanted to dismiss new types or new lines. Now we got one more factory. Anything else particularly we need? The Panzer IIIs are building up. A lot of flat guns. We can probably cut down on our handheld anti-tank because we're at 30,000, 160. Oh, horse artillery. So let's cut both those. Those are shot at. Okay. Horse artillery units. We're going to go down to 2 factories at most at the moment. I hate canceling lines, but well, we got 30,000. We're going to go down to that. Those are just so cheap to build, I guess. Okay. Overbuilt there. Handheld artillery. I know this is out of date. I'm just building these and we'll jump to a better model instead of building the intermediate types and you know, reducing down efficiency. Some of these could use more visual graphics. Oh, okay, here it is. So let's cut that down to there. This huge pump that we need there. Let's increase there. Increase there. Where's our naval bombers? You guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, my love affair with naval bombers. Are we not producing any? That would be bad if we're not. Thought we had some in production. Oh yeah, here we are. Let's go to 6 factories. Like I said, I like naval bombers. I wanna control the seas with bombers. Yeah, I just need to put just one more than we have, but we've got some artillery in production. Now we need some more tungsten. Let's get one more from Sweden. We'll get one from Portugal. And let's get one more from Iran. And one from Romania and one more from Iran. There we go. Yeah, we're just a little still negative, but producing more. Okay. Early sonar. Depth charge throwers, torpedoes. How many days is that? I like that. We're going to go with that. Now, even though we're importing some more, we may even step that up some more for that. As you can tell, I sort of like to build factories in the east. Just it's my sort of natural historical awareness of not wanting to build in bomber range, though I don't really see the AI in me bombing too much. Okay, decimic improved radar. There we go, I can say that. That'll be nice, but let's see, we can do the HQ radios. I want to keep technology moving forward. We'll like that once we get there, so we won't do that. And we can improve our government. Remember to remind me if I haven't changed Keitel out once we get ready for war, but he keeps the training On time down. Recovery rate, we all no, it's just the, 109s are not quite up to date. I'm really liking this black ice. Okay, small arms factory level. Reach, so 11.3% reduction. Okay, yes, we'll take the 46th Infantry Division. That's great. I like the way this works because we have this division. It's a historical template, and they can, of course, make their, like they're doing for the SS, unique templates, but you don't get a lot of free equipment, so that and it still costs manpower. And so you still have to build that, unlike the, former system in Hearts of Iron 3. So this is really good. Now this is my sort of altered, the standard template, is which they use. So that's really good. I like that a lot. Let's close down Czechoslovakia, even though we're not really going to have to fight.
Ihre Befehle? Zuhören! Achtung!
That's the mountain province.
Zuhören! Angetreten!
You're going to go there.
Ihre Befehle! Achtung!
I want
Ausrücken!
to show you guys something once we get.
Ausrücken!
They got to do the terrain map better. I've been on to Podcat and others about that. West wall. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to go to the first Vienna Awards. So that will help us move down the chain. Now see, I don't know if you guys, how much you've been playing or noticing here, but Steel Volt, the main AI programmer, and quite honestly, I'll say I don't know if he's a good AI programmer or bad AI programmer, because this is sort of a tough assignment, trying to do this. I know we all sort of agree that this sucks, but I do have to be careful what I say, but they have said very much, including he have said, during the overall production cycle of making it even to the first release version of Hearts of Iron, he would get the AI to a certain level of working, and then they would throw in something new to the game, new terrain features or some new effect, and so it would totally throw the old AI out of whack, and so then he'd try to add new fixes to it, and then eventually it got overly complicated and overly burdensome, so he'd almost have to go back to square one and start again. And I guess from I think what he said publicly, and I wasn't involved in all of this for sure. I mean, even in my limited testing period for the first beta, but from what he said, that he had to go back to square one, I think it's like 3 times during the pre-release production of the AI. So if you add new features, new elements, new whatever, and for a while mountains became holy spots for the AI. The AI would move all of the units to mountains wherever, because those were the best defensible positions. And so it's just the way the AI sort of works. So I know we're all complaining about the AI, me too, but they've gone through a lot of these different versions, and been working on it. So again, I don't know if he's really good or really bad. I really don't have enough knowledge. But what he has done is worked on pockets and try to keep the AI to recognize that, hey, I'm beginning to be pocketed. I don't want to be pocketed. So if you're facing, fairly large, overwhelming force, instead of, obviously one way to deal with a pocket is to attack, the pincers closing it. But the other way is, if you're afraid that you don't have enough forces to attack it, is not to keep troops in the pocket, is to retreat out of the pocket and form a solid defensive line. So this is what's happening here in Czechoslovakia with this current AI, is that it's seeing this as a pocket, because I got forces here and I got forces here, and it's seeing this as a pocket where I guess it has there's a victory hex, so it's or province, so it's keeping one there. There may be one guy here that we can't see in Prague, but so that's why all the forces are down here. Now, yeah, there is a victory province down here. There may be, and there's here I think is, no, we already have, where's the, oh yeah, Barlakava, whatever. Down here is another one, so there's two down here, but the capital and Brno are up here. Your main industry is up here, and here. So that this is sort of what you should create the pocket around your capital, as it were, and not try to cut off and defend here. Now of course once you get Hungary into this just really gets a whole nother front. So that's what the AI is doing here, and it's jumping back and forth to go, oh, we've got to defend these victory provinces up here, oh, we can't be too pocketed. So the AI is having problems. So that's what is going here, and it's seeing this as a pocket. And yes, they are aware of this. So I don't know what the current state is on improving that and figuring things out. Now obviously this doesn't really matter for most of the time, because it just surrenders. Well, I guess after that it's time to end this episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. I love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.